Moon Ga-young has already shined in several K-dramas, but it was off-camera that the most controversial rumors emerged. Leaked kisses, secret meetings, suspicious friendships, and connections so real that they still divide opinions today. They say she had 6 famous boyfriends. But is it true? Today, you're going to discover what happened behind the scenes, and what might still be happening in silence. It was in My Dear Nemesis that it all began. Moon Ga-young and Choi Hyun-wook starred in a story full of tension, pride, and romantic twists. But what caught the most attention wasn't even the drama's plot, but rather something that happened off-screen, even before the official premiere. Shocking images of the two actors kissing passionately leaked on social media, in an environment that seemed to be completely outside the filming context. What disconcerted fans wasn't just the kiss itself, but the surrounding scenery. In the images, there were no set markings, no crew, no complete costume, just an apparently amateur camera, a spontaneous angle, and an intense kiss, different from any rehearsed scene. The rumors exploded. Are they together? Was that behind the scenes or a personal moment? Was this leaked or staged? The commotion was so great that the drama's production company had to make a public statement, claiming that the images were part of an unreleased scene that had not yet been aired. They said the leak was an error and that the kiss was nothing more than acting. But the official explanation left more doubts than certainties. Those who follow the Korean industry know, in romantic scene rehearsals, kisses are generally not real. Actors usually practice looks, positioning, angles, but without actually touching. And what was seen in that photo was the opposite, a real kiss, loaded with delivery, intimacy, and naturalness, the kind of thing that's hardly faked with such perfection. Even after the company's denial, fans remained divided. Many believed the relationship was real, but that, for contractual reasons or to protect their public image, the two preferred not to admit it. Others think it was just good marketing poorly managed. Either way, the impact remained. To this day, that moment is still remembered as one of the most intense rumors Moon Ga-young has ever starred in. And honestly, when chemistry is so strong that it confuses even those who are used to fiction, it's because something, at the very least true, passed through there. Moonbin and Moon Ga-young share one of those stories that move you even without needing a label. They met as children, long before fame, when both were trainees at the same agency. Over time, the friendship that was born in the rehearsal corridors grew and became one of the most special bonds in both their lives. Over the years, they were seen together in old photos, appearances on programs, and interactions that made clear the complicity between them. Even without ever acting together in a drama, fans always hoped to see them on screen as a couple. And more than that, many believed that that kind of connection wasn't born from nothing. In 2020, the two participated in a variety program called Food Avengers. It was enough to rekindle the rumors. During filming, they exchanged sincere laughter, affectionate gestures, and looks that didn't seem scripted. The audience was enchanted, and the question returned, are they just being friends? Or is there something more? Moon Ga-young was always discreet, and Moonbin too, but the connection between them was so genuine that fans began to speculate that, even if there was no romance, there was a type of love there, perhaps stronger than many real couples. Unfortunately, time didn't give a chance for this story to gain more chapters. In 2023, Moonbin died tragically and suddenly, leaving the industry and his friends in shock. Moon Ga-young was one of those who felt the loss the most. On social media, she posted 2 photos that spoke more than any statement. An image of the two still small, and another, more recent, showing the two smiling together, already adults. She didn't write long captions. It wasn't necessary. The silence of that tribute said everything. Moonbin was, without doubt, one of the most important people in her life. Someone who left deep marks, sincere memories, and an absence that will hardly be filled. And whether it was love, friendship, or both at the same time, only they will know. But for those who saw from the outside, it was clear. Some connections go beyond any definition. Among all the rumors surrounding Moon Ga-young, perhaps none is as persistent as the one involving Woo Do-hwan. The two acted together in the drama The Great Seducer, and even though she wasn't the main protagonist, her performance alongside Woo Do-hwan drew so much attention that she stole the scene. The chemistry between them was different, intense, almost raw. Many said it was more than acting, and it might have been. It was after this project that the more serious whispers began. According to neighbors of the neighborhood where Moon Ga-young lived, the two were seen together on several occasions, walking at night, having coffee in discreet places, and even entering and leaving the same building at similar times. The Korean press even published a report in 2019 claiming that the two were living a romance off camera, and that they did everything to keep the relationship away from the spotlight. The response from the agencies came quickly. Both denied the romantic involvement and said that the two were just close friends who met during filming. But the statement didn't convince everyone. More attentive fans pointed out that the two stopped being seen together abruptly after the rumors gained strength, and that the change in their behavior indicated more than a simple friendship. Of course, course, the fact that they were not very famous at the time may have facilitated discreet meetings, and if the relationship really existed, it makes sense that they opted for silence to preserve their careers, still growing. But to this day, for those who saw The Great Seducer, it's hard to believe that that emotional delivery wasn't, at least in part, true. Whether it was a real passion that was born behind the scenes and died before reaching the public, no one knows. But the gestures, the looks, and the details that escaped the script continue to feed fans' imagination to this day. After all, the most memorable romances aren't always those that are publicly assumed. Sometimes, the most intense ones are exactly those that remain hidden between yes and no. Yoo Yeon-seok may not be the youngest name on this list, but he's certainly one of the most talked about when it comes to a possible relationship with Moon Ga-young. The two acted together in the drama The Love Interest, an adult romance story set in the corporate environment of a bank, and marked by contained emotions, silent looks, and an unresolved past between the characters. The chemistry between them was sophisticated and full of emotional tension, the kind of connection that often overflows from fiction into real life. What most fueled the rumors was the fact that Yoo Yeon-seok has exactly the profile that Moon Ga-young described several times as her ideal type, a mature, calm, protective man with a strong presence. With about 10 years difference between them, he represents that classic model of a more experienced partner who transmits security, something she herself has mentioned valuing. During the drama's promotional interviews, the two showed themselves comfortable but discreet. No exaggerated touches, no blatant flirting, but, in their eyes, there was something more, a respect that seemed to go beyond promotional protocol. For fans, it was enough to start building the theory that there was a real involvement there, even if it was never assumed. The subsequent silence only increased speculation. After the end of The Love Interest, they were never seen together publicly again. No joint appearances, no social media interactions, no comments about each other. For many, this would only indicate the end of a professional partnership. For others, it was proof that there was something to hide. The most curious thing is that, to this day, neither has denied or confirmed absolutely anything. No agency needed to make a statement. No crisis needed to be managed. It's as if the possible romance had happened to measure, intense, silent, and protected by the shadows of professionalism. And honestly, sometimes it's precisely this lack of confirmation that keeps the mystery alive, and the flame of curiosity even more burning among fans. If there's a couple that the public simply refuses to get over, it's Moon Ga-young and Cha Eun-woo. Together, they starred in True Beauty, one of the biggest recent K-drama successes. And since then, the idea of seeing them together in real life has become almost a collective obsession. But was there something beyond acting? Or did fans just fall in love with the fantasy? During filming and drama promotion, the two were frequently seen together outside the set, in relaxed moments full of subtle intimacy. Nothing explicit, nothing scandalous, but many small gestures, lingering looks, complicit smiles, discreet jokes, and light touches that escape the cameras. It was the kind of chemistry that isn't rehearsed. Either you have it, or you don't. The public didn't take long to react. On social media, edits, theories, and analyses of interviews appeared every day. Behind-the-scenes videos with supposed romantic hints went viral. Some said they were living something secret. Others bet it was very well done marketing. But there was something no one could deny. The energy between them was too real to be just friendship. Both, of course, spoke out, denying any relationship. They said they were good friends and that the partnership during filming was very harmonious. But unconfirmed reports guarantee that even after the end of the drama, they continued meeting and maintaining close contact, which only increased the buzz. And as if that wasn't enough, there's another detail that keeps Cha Eun-woo at the center of this romantic theory. He's the clear favorite among fans. In online polls, ship videos, and fanfics, he appears as Moon Ga-young's ideal match. Tall, handsome, charismatic, and reserved. It's as if everything about him fits perfectly with what the public believes she wants. Maybe they'll never admit anything. Maybe nothing ever actually happened. Or maybe everything happened away from public eyes. But in fans' imagination, this couple has been real for a long time. And with each new appearance of the two, even separately, hope is rekindled. Could there still be a chance? Will they one day surprise the world with a revelation? If Cha Eun-woo was the ideal star of True Beauty, Hwang In-yeop was the second protagonist, who gradually won a legion of fans, and perhaps something more than friendship with Moon Ga-young. The two shared intense scenes in the drama, with a strong, deep romantic tension that in many moments was even more engaging than that of the main couple. But it was off-camera that the flame began to burn stronger. After Moon Ga-young and Cha Eun-woo denied any romantic involvement, attention turned to the surprising connection between her and Hwang In-yeop. Behind-the-scenes footage showed the two in moments of pure lightness and harmony, spontaneous laughter, friendly provocations, and and a mutual comfort that jumped out at those who observed carefully. Attentive fans noticed that they remained close even after filming ended, in award show backstages, team meetings, and even discreet virtual interactions. Nothing blatant, but enough to leave that doubt in the air. Could the true hidden romance be there behind the main narrative? The truth is that, while the spotlights were on Cha Eun-woo, Hwang In-yup seemed to operate in the shadows, quiet but present. And for many, this made everything even more intriguing. After all, what's more romantic than a discreet love that escapes the flashes and grows in silence? To this day, there's no confirmation whatsoever. No compromising photos, no suspicious statements, no appearances together that confirm or deny anything. But, as happens in many real romances, sometimes what isn't shown is exactly what is felt the most. And to complete it, many fans point out that Hwang In-yup represents something that Moon Ga-young seems to value: sensitivity, emotional intelligence, and a connection that goes beyond appearance. He may have been the second in the script, but in real life many people believe he was, and still is, the first in her heart.